So, at any rate, it's a gorgeous day, and the Transhumance Festival. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Humanance, Transhumance. Trans going across? What do you think that would be? Well, I guess it goes back to a celebration that, first officially, I think, started in about the mid-1990s in Madrid. Yeah, like in Italy. And they would do, this was not the running of the bulls. This was the frolicking of the sheep, where they would take them from one place to another and celebrate. Let me turn down our radio here. And celebrate the event of how sheep are important for the ecosystem. And let's face it, us in California, us in Sonoma County, us in Petaluma, we hopefully have a good balance to be in touch with the nature and to respect it. And gosh, not to say anything bad about some of the companies who make pharma, but Roundup, that would be the way in the olden days, back when I was younger, to get rid of weeds. But why not use nature if you can? So if you can't use nature, well, we do have machinery to cut them down, of course. Weed whackers sometimes come into play. But if you can have sheep to go ahead and enjoy meals out there in the fields, this time of year, being in May, they're not golden yet this year. We've had a generous amount of rain, but it's nice that we get a situation where we've got an abundance of flora and fauna. That's right, including weeds. And hay, so the native grasses. So for sure, the sheep think that's dandy. I was talking to my neighbor the other day, Eric, and he was telling me that, in addition to having a couple hundred sheep that go around from location to location, certainly Helen Putnam Park, they go in different parts of it from week to week, and that span different places in Petaluma. You may have seen them in maybe cities where you live elsewhere. But how about the goats? Well, Eric was telling me that the goats, they'll eat anything. Sheep have some discretion. They're not going to eat poison oak, but goats, sure, poison oak, fine. At least that's what Eric tells me. So he's a retired dentist, so I think he knows what he's talking about. So at any rate, I don't think we're going to come across any poison oak at the river park. Used to call it like Steamer Landing Park. So the Friends of the River, we'll talk more about them and all the good things they're doing in the development. No, not that kind of a development. To have it where for humans, and in this case for transhumans, the sheep, where it's a friendly ecosystem that we can all enjoy. So, okay, we're getting off Petaluma Boulevard and we're heading out on D Street, and we're very close to, just across the river is where the river park is. I mean, hello, of course. So we're going to be going past that, though. Yes, our treat, if I understand it right, is they're going to be starting the sheep run, walk, I don't know what you'd want to call it, from down at the Petaluma Fair Grounds. So we've got about maybe, another 6 to 8 blocks or something like that. So, So where does East D Street start? We're just on D Street. I don't think they call it West, but it is the west side of town is where we're at. Would you say it changes here at the river, the Petaluma River? Or further down? How about, here's the entrance to the river park. And I see some cars there already. So, I'm not going to be parking there back at 11 o'clock when this all gets started. I'm sure that lot will be very filled. But there'll be overflow at other places. It looks like some people are already getting out around town. Oh, and there's some people parking right there also. So the question is how are they going to get the sheep all these different blocks? Well, there's several hundred of them. I don't know if they're going to have all 200 or whatever number there is all come up East D Street at the same time or not. Oh, speaking of which, so would the railroad tracks maybe separate the east and the west? Would the freeway separate the east and the west? No, this is East D Street, so yeah, I think the first thing that was here was the river, wasn't it? So back in the olden days, before we had all these roads here in the mid-1800s, when gold was just being discovered, and that meant that there was commerce, a lot of commerce going up from San Francisco Bay. The city of San Francisco was being formed, and they needed commerce. No, there wasn't the Golden Gate Bridge until 1937-ish, so, how did things get from up in our parts? Well, what came up from our parts? Well, our eggs, right? And just a couple weeks ago, we had the Butter and Egg Days parade, so eggs were a big thing. Why? Well, one thing, there was no refrigeration. Oh, that. So, yeah, having a protein food like eggs, they were pretty valuable. That would be worth over $20 for a dozen back in their day, of course, with inflation. But, I mean, think about it. If you made $1 a day, man, a dozen eggs were pretty valuable, weren't they? That was an important food group. So, yeah, eggs came from here and went to San Francisco. And what's the matter with this person? Is he turning left, or he's just not sure what he wants to do? There you go. There must be something else going around here. So, this might all be part of the, look at they're getting ready to close it off. You know what that means? That means we are on the very street where we're going to be seeing the sheep come up. So at any rate, going back to the story, wherever that was, is that, in addition to having all the eggs that would go down on boats down to San Francisco, well, the redwoods, sure. I mean, if you need lumber, what would be better than redwood? And there were a lot of redwoods up here. Of course, nowadays we know we should be saving them. But, it looks like we're getting pretty close to starting. It is like, oh my goodness, it is 10:03 on my watch. So, I should be pulling over right here, I think, and maybe walking the rest of the way. And this looks like a good spot right here, so we're going to walk to get to the final part in, and hopefully nothing will go wrong. And here's a nice spot made in the shade, and if I go up a little bit, then nobody's going to be able to park in front of me. I can get out without hassling it too much. Although these people are kind of like looking like they don't want me to be in front of them. Can you see okay? Okay. All right, so out we go. And first seatbelt goes off. Check. Okay. And this IRL is kind of new to me, so pray for me. But you can see people are starting to get out and getting ready for the big venue. So here we go. We're off. Right. Leave a little something on our window. I hope not. At any rate, we are off and running. And I should take a look down at the control unit that's still transmitting. So, you know how Petaluma police there. And my wife is calling. Hold on just a minute. Hello, Grace. Okay, thank you. So Grace said we lost reception for a little bit there, but we are back again. So 10 o'clock, or excuse me, start date captain's log, 10:07. And here you can see they have one of the long trucks, the trailers, to move them from location to location. You think, well, it's not that hard. They just eat somewhere and then just eat some more. But when you go different locations, you have to put them all in the trailer, which is going to be quite a job unto itself. So anyway, oh, look at this. We got a couple of the collies there. Well, that is going to be exciting to see then. I see two over here and one more over this way. So that is awesome. So it's, the sheep are saying they're ready. And it is after 10, so it should be going pretty soon. I guess, you know, part of it is they see the dogs and they're saying, we know that the dogs are going to be making us go the way they want. So they're trying to be anticipating and getting ready to get out the starting gates here very soon. So we got maybe about 30 people or so with us here that are wanting to watch them come out of the starting blocks. So that's good. And we've got maybe another, I don't know, 100 or more along the way. And a lot of people are over at the river park already. So it's going to be great. They're having a little discussion here, and I think we're getting very close to leaving the launch pad. And of course the collies there, I guess those are border collies, sheepdog, whatever you want to call them. They look like they are so attentive, knowing that their job is ready to clear for takeoff. So how about you? Are you having a good morning so far? I don't know if any of you are doing some chatting on the live streams. I'm not really that easily able to see what's going on, but maybe since I'm not moving around and it's pretty quiet right now, maybe I can take a look and see. And I better turn down my volume. And I see Jake Dunn is watching with you. Hi, Jake. I'm hoping you're having a good morning. And I don't know if there was anybody before you, but welcome. So looks like we're getting very close to starting out here. And so far, so good. Grace told me I was down for a couple minutes there before. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. I've got 3 modems that are making connections. So how could that happen? One AT&T, one Verizon, and then I've got a 5G Verizon that's also going through. So I'm actually transmitting cellular on 3 different levels. So I've got plenty of bandwidth. I'm transmitting it. For those of you who are geeking, I'll geek out with you for a second. What's our current stream rate? It is 10.7 megabits per second going up. And it balances them between the 3. I could go with 4, 5, or 6, but with the 3 that I have, I think that's plenty. So it's got about 3.5 megabits on each one. So I don't know why I had a drop out there for a second. Can't imagine all 3 of them being out simultaneously, but things I have yet to learn about live streaming IRL, in real life. So there's a fair amount of traffic. Oh, look at this. I saw that rig yesterday. Now, actually it was a week ago, last Saturday. I published the video. Look at the sheepdog on the back of it there. He's got great balance, and he's like, hey, I'm good to go. And there's another one. There's actually 2 of them up there. One on the back of the ATV and another one that's posted at position. And then there's at least one over here that we see. So at any rate, looks like they're make sure everything's cleared out, and I see some flashing yellow lights up at the intersection, so I'm guessing they're going to stop the traffic on the side street here, and then we're going to all start going up on D Street. So I think I may just go ahead and go up to where they're going to be going shortly. I don't want to block anybody's view. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. He's giving, looks like, some final directions. A lot of video cameras running around here. Hi, good morning. There's our good puppy. So far it looks like on the live stream, I think I'm on YouTube right now. Yes, Jake and I are checking things out. Might be some others that are watching that don't have YouTube channel themselves, that are just not known to us. But at any rate, if you want to, go ahead and make comments, and when I get a chance, I'll take a look and see where we're at, and see if I can give you some feedback if you have any questions or anything. So the traffic is being backed up here. We'll go take a look down this way, and you can see where the Petaluma police have the road blocked off. They're maybe making sure that all the way up East D Street that it's also blocked off before they get them started. But I can see this guy's one of the sheep herders, and he's on his walkie-talkie, and they're communicating with the rest to make sure that all conditions are go. So we should be starting momentarily. This is exciting. And we're going to be heading over to the river park. That's a lot of different names. Steamer Landing, I think it's also called. So at any rate, yeah, right there near where the bus terminal is. That's right across the street, right there at the river is where the entrance is to the river park. And so these sheep are going to be going in that way, and I'm assuming they're going to go join their brethren, which is maybe about, from the Beardsley Center, it's maybe another 3-minute walk to be to the field, but I spoke too quickly because that's the way it was last Saturday, and I'll bet you they cleared that area and they moved them to another. So each day or two they take the electrified fence and move it, hopefully turn off the electricity before they move it. And then they're going to be going down to another location and another location. And so organic lawnmowers are here at your service here in Petaluma today. A lot of people are pensive here waiting for this to begin. We among them, so I'd say that any moment now we will be ready for takeoff. Now, how fast do you think the sheep are going to go? I'm sure they're going to want to go quickly if they could, and the dogs will encourage them to keep moving it along if they did make any thoughts on going a different direction. So that was kind of surprising. I thought, well, would they have one of their sheepdogs? And it looks like we may have 3 or 4 at least. There may be a lot more, I don't know. But that is so cool to actually see working dogs here doing their things with Mother Nature. So transcendence, as I was saying, or transhumanance, is that while it started in Madrid in 1994, is my recollection, that obviously it goes back for hundreds of years, so thousands maybe. So at any rate, very cool that here we can do, in a way, a reenactment of the way things used to be back in the early days of man. And I think I'm seeing some movement up ahead. I don't know if that means we're going to get started, but I'm seeing them passing signals right now. They're talking to one another. Oh, look at this. I'm seeing them clapping. They're doing a little bit of herding operation with the sheep right now. And is one of the shepherds going to get, here they come. It's open. They are coming. Oh, look at this. The one in lead is walking. Oh, the others say, I want to go. Now they're going to start galloping. Oh, yeah. There they go. Look at that. Look at that. It's like they are motivated. Well, I thought I was going to be able to keep up with them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to run. I might run some. Why not? Hey, I'll be in the back with you there, little fella. Oh, this is fun. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to be bouncing around here, but I can see that I'm not going to be keeping up with them. Oh, look at, and here's the dogs. This is more fun.
That's okay, that's okay. Heel.
It looks like they may have some staging areas. I hear motorcycle police behind us also. So we are right in the thick of it here, right with the shepherds. Is there a better name to call them? I don't know. They're shepherds to me. So about a half a block ahead is where the sheep are. And it looks like they want to go down one of the side streets, but they're being told, nope, stay out here on East D Street.
How you doing?
And look at the dog here, the working dog. He's staying low. He'll get down close to the ground when it's time, but he's keeping himself. Look at him. There he is. He's really low to the ground now. He's stopped. He's just waiting, ready to move whenever he gets the direction. They're more than half a block ahead of us now, and they are moving. So they're running, so we can run a little bit too. There's my car. So, okay, I guess we're going to be, now they're the better part of a block ahead of us. So, okay, well, I hope you got a good sample of that, but yeah, hopefully they'll stop them up somewhere. But if not, that's okay. We've got about maybe a 4-block walk to get us down to the river park. So that was fun, wasn't it? Woo-hoo. And the dogs are so well behaved. And the sheep are saying, we want to be behaved too, but we want to get out of Dodge here, go back with our brother, and which they will be joined pretty soon. And you're going to see big numbers of them coming up shortly. So here we got some people are running. Are they part of the sheeple? Sheep and people? Okay, we're at East D and Edith Street, and look at this. What is that all about? Well, he's got a baby in the hand. I think that's a good thing. So it's not just the Grim Reaper with the scythe. Oh, okay, the sheep were detoured, I guess, off to the side street, and they're being brought back to the main Facebook and YouTube. I guess we also have an Instagram channel, but mostly our content goes out on what you're watching right now. I think I'm live streaming on both channels. I hope so. On YouTube, which is Petaluma Community Access. If you're ever searching for it, if you search for PCA, there's a lot of PCAs that are out on the YouTube internet. So put PCA space Petaluma, and that will take you to our channel. So additionally, do the same thing over on Facebook. If you want to be in social media and comment and get involved there, then there is a Facebook page where you can interact with the community and us at PCA. So what else? Well, there's one other thing. Those are more than talkies. Those are video oriented. But what about the talkie? Yeah, the radio channel. We have 103.3 on the FM dial. That's 103.3 megahertz is our FM channel. And that is, what do you think? PCA, yeah. But everything on the West Coast starts with a K, right? East Coast starts with a W, so KPCA. Yeah, that's us. And we have streaming 24 hours a day. I guess that's what radio is. It's all in real time, not recorded. So, well, I shouldn't say that. There are things that we will broadcast that have been pre-recorded, but some of them are live. Like Cindy Thomas's show with one of the council people, Miss Cater. The two of them have a Friday show. I think it's around noonish. And so what's the latest going on in the community? And a lot of other things, depending on what your entertainment is. You know, could be jazz or, I don't know, rap, whatever. As long as it's healthy, clean, and supportive, yes, we will put that out. And if you want a weekly radio show, well, talk to our station manager, Ray, and see about getting yourself either a one-time or a regular. And you can be part of the community also and share your messages. Okay, we are entering the park here. And what street is this we're on? I can't quite make out the name of it. It begins with a C. I should maybe know, but at any rate, we're here at the entrance to the river park, and looks like everyone's on the left. I'm kind of the lost sheep. I'm on the right, but I know that this is the entrance to the park over here. So we are off and running. And I guess I should look at the video and see if we're still transmitting. I think so. Hi. Okay, so looks like the river is way down today. It is today the Petaluma Slough. So I don't know if you were aware, but we had a very, very rare event last night. I'll get to that in a minute, but that's kind of a tease. But normally you'll see water that's several, maybe 5 feet deep, but today I don't see the water anywhere. It's just kind of the mud. I keep thinking, why don't people work with the city and they sell this? I mean, that would be beautiful for the gardens with all that mud, but I guess probably if you stop to think about the ecosystem, you know, look at this here. I got to stop a second. Sheep grazing May 1st through the 12th. So that's where we're going, out to the grazing area, and there's a lot of entertainment. This is going to start at 11. It's right now 10:29. So good. So far, so good. At any rate, so getting back to the PCA is that, yeah, it's nice where our FM channel is yet another source. And if you were there when I first started the live stream, it is only the transmitter. If it's 50 watts, I don't know how big the antenna is, but it is over by the Santa Rosa Junior College, is my understanding. And so it only broadcasts to the people of Petaluma. So, but for what that's worth, we try to do the best we can with the tools we have and have good content for our community of interest, which is, yeah, Petaluma. That is not to say that you can't listen to good morning. Beautiful. Look at that, isn't that great? Giving us some local entertainment. So, KPCA. Well, you could look it on live stream if you want to go to your application where you have a radio catcher and search for KPCA, and you could be in, I don't know, where are there a lot of sheep? New Zealand. You could be in New Zealand, get your internet connection, get your app so that it tunes in on KPCA, and listen to us from around the world. How about that? Now, one of the things I would love to do is to see us do the same with our video. I mentioned that our videos, well, we can do it live like this if it's when we're out here in the field on our YouTube or Facebook page. But additionally, wouldn't it be nice to have our programming on the PEG channels. That's, you know, the TV channels. That's the public, the education, and the government. To have those also live streamed, so you don't have to watch them when they're being transmitted, but watch them when you want to watch them. Oh, that sounds great. So that's on our list of things to do. And we thank you for the sponsorship for businesses in Petaluma or donations. So those are some of the ways that we do fundraising as well as grants. So here you can see, hi all, good morning. You are Parks and Recreation, are you?
Yeah, City of Petaluma.
Wow, good. Thank you for being here today. This is exciting. So are you the experts on grazing?
Not the experts, the contract side.
That's right, Ink. Yeah, all the legal things, the T's and C's. But no, I mean, obviously, you want to do things for the benefit of the community. So to make it so it's homogenous with the city and the streets today, you didn't get a chance to watch them run down there. That was something else.
Yeah.
So I was kind of here a week ago, and I thought, well, oh, there's a couple hundred of them. How is this going to work out? But then when I woke up this morning, I thought, well, if I was doing it, I don't think I would have all 200 of them. I'd just have a sample. Yeah, well,
65.
65 is what it was. Yeah, I looked like 50, but yeah, very close to it. But I hope all 65 made it here. As far as I could tell, they all stayed together. And the collies, or whatever the shepherd dogs were, they were making sure that everybody stayed in their places.
Yeah, those are the real ones.
So you actually work for the city?
I do, yeah.
You probably know Drew then, don't you?
I do, yeah. That's my boss.
Oh, no, he works for you. You guys are the people who get stuff done. Well, good to see you guys. I hope you have a good morning.
Yes,
Thanks for being here. Great people there with the Parks and Rec.
How are you?
Oh, and here's a loom. I think there's going to be a loom display here and performance in a little bit. Look at all these beautiful colors. Can you imagine the work they would take to take strands of sheep hair and make them into a string? And hi, can you tell us about our loom here? This is quite exciting. I haven't seen one since I was in Kusadari. You probably haven't heard of that.
Tell me more.
This is in the Mediterranean. I was on a cruise ship, and at the far end of the Mediterranean towards the Black Sea, they had where historically for hundreds of years made rugs.
Okay, yeah.
And some of them were wool on wool, which we would think about, oh, it looks like a Native American because it's not that dense, so you can't make that detail. You know, today we would call it how many resolution pixels per inch or whatever.
Sure, pix per inch.
Yeah.
Threads per inch, yeah.
But then they would do wool on cotton, and then if you had a unlimited budget, they would use silk. Silk, I don't know, you get like a couple thousand threads per inch. So are these like 50 to 100, or how many threads do you get per inch on this?
Let's see. I set this up a while ago. On the side of this part here is called the reed, because it would have been made of reeds that people collected by the river banks. This one's steel, a little rusty, and it says it's 12 threads per inch. There's a little 12
I see.
stamped into there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's not too dense at all.
No.
And this is a cotton linen warp. That's what we call the threads that are stretched out on the loom. And wool as the weft.
Oh, so it has cotton and wool.
Cotton and wool, yeah.
Okay,
that's
just
a
like
really
the ones
combo.
That was what I have in my house. I did buy one, and it was like they talked about the Gordonian knot. Now, I don't imagine you do that, because I imagine that's much more labor intensive. But I've heard that's supposed to be a type of a knot that is more rugged, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm not doing that. Would be for a pile rug where you have tufts sticking out.
Right.
And see, this one is just a flat weave.
May I touch?
Yeah, sure. It's just twill. I like to demonstrate to people the type of fabric that they might come in contact with in their jeans or pants.
I was just going to say, you could make textile clothing out of this, couldn't you?
Yeah, this would be a great coat.
Or coat, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So I know it's a love of labor. I remember that it used to be a family would work on it over in Turkey, and it would take them, some couple months to do with a family of 4 maybe working on it. But for you to do, let's see, it's not quite a yard across, but the better part. How much time would it take to do a rectangle? In other words, About 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. Would that be several days?
No way. Just sit in here weaving. I got these pedals I can step on.
Yes, I've seen the pedals
they
before.
They open up the space. I pass the wool weft back and forth through.
Right.
I could weave a square of this, like whatever, 2 by 2 feet or something, in an hour or so.
Oh, shh! Don't tell them that you can charge more if you say it takes more.
But here, the setting up of the loom.
Oh,
that's the secret, invisible labor that I can tell you took as long as I want, like 3 days.
3 days. Like, you know, yes.
The weaving is the production, is the payoff, is the thing that has been made easier and more efficient by putting the threads through the loom, which is the thing that happens back home, not here out in the fields.
And the threads, oh gosh.
You know, because
how many threads are across? Like over 100?
12 threads per inch times 3 feet.
Oh, it is 3 feet.
Well, let's just say...
close,
Zoom out.
Right. Yeah, man.
So 36
that's a lot of... over 100.
60 plus 72. I do math so weird.
You do fine. That's the way I do it sometimes. Is do one digit and then add to the other digit.
Well, because I'm not in it for the math. I'm in it to just make bright colors mixed.
Well, how long does it take to do one thread? Maybe I should ask that. Is it a minute or a couple of minutes?
I'm going in.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming across.
Oh, okay. You're going across, but I'm talking about when you put the original ones in. That took quite a while, didn't it?
Sure. Like through the thing.
Right.
Then I've got to pick the order that they go through these.
Are you kidding me? That's how they do that.
Yeah, and that's how you make different patterns.
You have to change each one of these?
Each thread goes through one.
Yeah.
One, and then to the back. And then the next one goes to the next one in order.
But you don't have to manually touch every one of these. You just move it or something to get different thread patterns? Or how do you decide when it's just like here? I see where you've got one going and then another. Oh, I see. This is just different colors just by the different threads.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and that makes me think maybe I should hold this blue one back.
Oh, you're tricky. Okay, what do you call that when you pull it tight? Is that a name for it?
Beating.
Beating.
Yeah, this is the beater, and I'm using it to beat the weft into place.
Well, you talk that way, you may not have any significant others if you say, what do you do? I'm a beater.
Yeah, actually, just because you went there, I'm very excited. There's a Swedish novel about a group of women gathered in their conversations around the loom that is called Beating Together. I'm just so excited for the translation.
Good for
Like,
I'm like, I've seen her in a year and I know her name and I'm gonna stick it up. So, how are you? Good, really good.
I would never say that I would.
Yeah, likewise. We're trying to touch back over there. So
That there would only be a flaw if I did it on purpose.
I get it. Yeah. Then it would be by design. Yeah, you wouldn't want to say that.
Yeah, but so to give yourself the grace to not go back and repair every flaw, I think is more what I've come to with that philosophy is like, it's not that we expect ourselves to never make a mistake. You do get to a certain point where you can undo your mistakes.
Sure.
If you're attentive enough to it. But just saying like, okay, I'm not going to do that every time.
No, so if it's just a minor imperfection, then hey, it's a signature.
Yeah, especially in this day and age where people are seeing perfect stuff that they don't have to think about where it came from at all every day.
Yes.
Having someone be like, oh, why is that like that? You're like, hey, gotcha. Why is it like that?
Exactly. Well, that's so interesting. When you were talking about those, it kind of reminded me about the fact is that another thing you probably took, or at least some of your peers did, is psychology classes. And so then you get to the thing where, like some of the youth I know, they always like to say either this phrase, I know, and sometimes I'll say, yes. Or the fact is that we all, I think, is sometimes say, I already knew that, or I meant to do that. But in this case, why not? You mean to do it. So how often do you get a chance to do something on display like this wonderful thing you're doing today? You get to do it every month or two?
No, this is my full-time thing. I have a weaving school over in San Anselmo.
Well, then I must ask about that. Your name is?
Oh, I'm Travis.
Travis? Good. Michael Nissler with the Petaluma Community Access Channel here in Petaluma. And you live in San Anselmo? So
I'm actually over in West Marin in Lagunitas, but San Anselmo is where my open studio space is.
Yeah, I used to play golf down at San Geronimo down in your neck of the woods when the course was there. Yeah. Great place to live.
Yeah, it's so lovely.
So anyway, you have a good spot you live. You're doing what your passion is, and that's what life is all about, isn't it? And I'm sure you give classes or help other people because you seem like you're that kind of a person, Travis.
Yeah. So satisfying. Okay, and so look, and we got this, it looks like about an inch of weaving done.
Yeah, in the time we've been talking, you've already got an inch done. And so when you get to the end of the string, does that mean it's time to go to another one? Or sometimes do you add on more of the same color if you wish?
Yeah, totally just up to what's within reach.
How long is the string normally when you are feeding it through? You have it like about 10 feet or?
I usually have one of these that's the same width as the loom.
Oh,
holds a lot more on of each one.
Yeah,
but, you know, I always forget something.
Travis, thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.
Hey, did you?
Come on. Okay, once more. Check. Well, that one's on. I guess maybe, I'm sorry about that, but apparently my microphone on the other unit got disabled. So I can see there's audio coming through on this channel though, so whatever that was all about. So I'm going to turn this one off and put it in my pocket. Thank goodness I have a second one, but I'm sorry that we lost some audio there somewhere along the way. My apology. So anyway, I was saying is that over here is hello to her. Towards the area where I thought the sheep were. I think I see them. They were here, but as I was saying earlier is that you can see where they have eaten this area down. Didn't need the scythers. Earlier, if you didn't get my audio, that was with Gabe I was talking to in the Scything community. Over here on the other side, you can see we have some kayaks that are going down the river. The river is very low today. If you missed it, if my audio was off, I was talking about the rare event that we had last night. You know what that was? The KP index was 9 over 8. What's that all about? Well, this thing up here called the sun. Yeah. Last night it was throwing off a lot of corona mass injection. CMI, I think it's called. Or is it CME? I'm not sure which. Injection. At any rate, the point being is that it was quite active. Now, a KP of, what would be a high KP? 6. Normally it's 3 or 4. A KP of 6 would be very high. Hold on just a second. I haven't bumped my microphone off. I can see that one of the things I should be doing is to, there we go, have it in the locked position. I think I must have somehow hit the mute button inadvertently as I was going along. So my apologies for that. Anyway, so point being is that, yeah, the activity was quite high last night in the evening, and it will be for the next day or so. And the KP index will reach 9. I've never heard of that. Or even an 8, never heard of it. 7 is like super high. You know, you got to think about, do you really want to fly your drone? Because the GPS interference might disable some of the, not only communications, but also the navigation if it affects the magnetic compass. So, not good stuff. At any rate, so that means the Aurora Borealis type of lights. And there was kind of a glow last night. I noticed at sunset that it looked a little bit more than normal. I guess, can we walk across here? I think we'll just go around the loop to get to the sheep. And so, to go on with the conversation, so the KP index being up at 8 or 9 is like super, super rare. I've never heard of it in my lifetime. Back in the 1850s, yeah, it was so bad that it knocked out the communications. Well, there was no telephone back in those days. Alexander Graham Bell wasn't until, you know, towards the turn of the century. The telegraph, yeah, they run the telegraph wires along next to the railroad tracks, and apparently the signals, I should say the radio waves from the sun, some 93 million miles away, were so strong that it knocked out telegraph for several days. Now that's saying something, because that's not even like these super small, down in the nanometer particles for our integrated circuits. So, hey, I don't know. I haven't heard about any outages yet, but the naysayers are kind of saying is that, yeah, be wary, we might lose some communications. And here goes the boat kind of going by. I imagine they're fishermen, but I don't know. I don't know if you do much fishing when the water is down this low. But when the moon gets further away, I guess the tide goes out. Is that how it works? I think the moon is around 200,000 miles away. A lot closer than the 93 million miles for the sun. Anyway, so I guess that, yeah, as it gets closer, gravity is more and the tide comes up. But now it must be closer to 220,000 miles away, which is why the tide is so low. Oh, look at them there. That's what you want to be in perfect unison like that. They know what they're doing. Stroke, stroke, stroke. So, any rate, looks like they're having a good day. When I was here a week ago, that float, you couldn't see land, and now it's all been beached. So, for what that's worth, very interesting. You know, I haven't looked at my cell phone since I got busy talking on the way coming out here, so I should see if there's any communications going on. Am I counting the sheep? Very spotty on and off, no signal. Uh-oh. And I'm back. So, okay. And Cindy Thomas and Tom Maslow, I see you checked in a little while ago. It's good to see you. My friends from the Petaluma Community Access Board. Woohoo! So it's a beautiful day out here in the neighborhood. And I'm getting close to, I'm not sure if all the sheep are here. I wouldn't be surprised if they have some that are, it looks like there's, no, maybe it's just all one area. Well, in fact, I'm wondering, can I even walk through here? Oh, they might have two paddocks. Or no, maybe they're all on the right side. I think they may be. Okay. Boy, this is a long spot where they've got them. Normally, they would be contained in an area which would be, I don't know, the size of a football field, but this one goes on a long ways, although it's kind of narrow. So they're enjoying their meal. Good eats. I'll try not to make too much noise here to scare them. Don't want to do that. Now you see some of them have a green spray on them, and I can't tell what letter it is, but it signifies something. Obviously, they're the ones that have been cut. Hello.
Hello.
It's almost not a brand, but just something that looks like it's on temporarily. Hello, boys and girls. It's okay, yeah. I'm just going to keep walking. Nothing to see here. Bah. Bah. Hello there. That one's looking straight at us, not too worried, but, well, maybe paying attention. And hello there, young man. Now, these guys are not that hungry. They said, this is my kind. He's got his head parked at the cross between two different branches there. It's kind of like my Siberian Husky would do when he would be looking over Grant School Park and put his foot and his feet up in the underside of one part of the fence up on the deck, and the other he put his head so that he could not have to have his head down on the ground and be about a foot above the ground. And that's what that fellow was doing. And I think these guys are seeming like they're not too concerned with me as long as I just kind of keep moving. I guess they've been watching me and say, he hasn't bothered anything so far, so I guess he's not going to bother me. We'll see if any of them are a little skittish. And you see what I see was coming up ahead? Water trough. Look at the working dog there. He's like got an eye on him. Good morning. Or is it afternoon?
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
Almost.
So you guys got a chance to do some running coming over here with the sheep?
Oh, we were running a little late, getting all the wool products and stuff, and
okay.
So we were here. We were blocking at the end, but we were setting up the
getting ready to go.
Yeah,
okay,
getting everything together. Yeah,
you did good. It's like come together, I think, really well. You guys happy with the way it turned out?
Oh yeah, so cool. Yeah,
it's a beautiful
bigger turnout
day.
than last year.
Yeah, last year was good. I saw the YouTube video, and I'm doing one live now. Hopefully it's working. So
cool.
I'm Michael from the Petaluma Community Access, and who are you, gentlemen?
I'm Michael too.
I'm Michael too. Are you Michael 3?
No, my name's Caden.
What's your name?
Caden.
Caden. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Pleasure.
So do you get around into the different places? Are you working with the festival or with the sheep?
We live on a sheep ranch out in Bodega, so we're just here.
Oh, okay.
We're a producer here at the market.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
So we're just,
checking out the competition. Well, actually, they're in a different job, what they do, aren't they? Yeah, you don't rent out, I don't think.
The cool thing about the grazing scene is it's not really like a competitive.
Agreed.
It's like a communal thing of everyone's helping each other and taking care of each other. So yeah, it's really cool.
And you get a chance. Yeah, you get a chance to learn from one another. Like, have you trained your own dogs?
No, well, we're in the process of training our first border collie puppy. But learning.
What's the name?
That's Dakota.
Dakota.
He's still getting used to the electric fence.
Oh, yeah. It's like...
He's still young. He's only 5 months, but...
Okay. Oh, that's right. 5 months. Yeah, he's got a lot to learn.
He's like shaking.
Yeah. You're a good boy.
Thirsty? He's got grass seeds in his nose.
Oh, man. That's no fun. Sneeze it out.
Get out of there. Have you been coming around and seeing what the sheep have done?
I was here last Saturday, yeah,
cool,
and they
nice.
were right over here. And they did a good job.
They did.
I was talking to one of the guys who does Scything, Gabe. He lives in my neighborhood, and he's going to do a demonstration with the boys in a little bit. But I said, it's pretty hard to keep up with sheep. They can do a really good job of knocking down the hay, can't they?
Thanks for all the work you guys are doing.
Yeah, that's right. We should. Right, our hats off to you all. Yeah. So a week ago, they were seeming like they were comfortable with us and everything. They were cool. And so we went out. I don't know if you've ever been to the southmost point right down here, but we know where it kind of comes to an end, where the river's on both sides of us. But my granddaughter, she reached down and there was the smallest of small frogs. It was like, smaller than like a fingernail size, really. And she had it in her hand, and she opened it up, and it came up and it perched on her fingernail. And I got about 20 seconds of video, and then it's gone. So it flew back down with all the rest of the hundreds or thousands of them there. But it was pretty cool to see there's some frogs that were kind of...
a happy frog.
A happy frog day, that's right.
Everything's waking up right now.
It is this time of year. Yeah, everything's kind of coming to life.
All the birds are coming to life.
Oh, I got some good footage there, too, of snowy egrets and things.
Cool.
And let's see. I guess it was this pond right here, yeah. I didn't notice it till I got the video, but as I got the video and then zoomed in, and there's actually, I don't know if you call it a current, I think it's maybe just the winds, but you could see the ripple and you could see the water actually moving. Wow. I thought it was just a still pond, but it's moving, and so there's at least a half a dozen different species, including a couple ducks and things also. But
that's awesome.
I have been out here, a handful of years ago. There must have been about 200 or 300 Canadian ducks out here.
Wow.
Geese, I should say.
The geese, yeah.
Oh, they were everywhere out here.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always love seeing a big flock of geese honking through the sky.
Yeah, in fact, they have, I was looking at last year when they had the Transhumance festival, and maybe it was actually in Petaluma Community Access or one of those, where there was a write-up about the geese when they go up in the evening.
Their migration?
Yeah, well, every day they will go out, and then at sunset, and I've seen that where they'll,
so did they
where
go
the
out
dollar
to the
tree is
during the day?
I don't know. They seem like they go down to the south, is what I see. But But I don't know if they go to the bay down there, is what my guess is, because that would be a little harder to go up over the mountain, I guess, to go that way towards directly to the west. But yeah, I think they go south. But then in the evening, they come back to roost up in the redwood trees, right there by the Balshaw Bridge that goes over by. There's a brewery and the Dollar Tree and those Golden Eagle Shopping Center. I guess that's what it's called. But
that's so cool.
But they'll go back and forth every day, and that's what they call their home.
Nice. It's cool learning about the birds.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, I'm not...
never lifelong learning.
Yeah, it really is when people get into studying them. I think the funniest one I ever saw was me being a golfer, and some days when the weather's bad, you get out and it's kind of rainy weather, and you say, well, let's play anyway. And you see these people with these binoculars that are out there watching birds, and you think, well, that's kind of silly. And then they're probably looking at us and probably, what are you doing playing golf? That's kind of silly. So it depends on your passion in life, doesn't it?
It's all perspective.
It's all perspective, yes. Well, have a good day, guys. Nice seeing you. Okay, have a good one. Great people. Oh, we all have lots of stories to share, don't we? Good morning. Hi. Hi. Well, the question is, are we still recording? Check, check. Yes, it looks like it. The audio, anyway. How about the video? Is the video still going? Well, it shows that it's going. We're hopeful. Okay, so it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it is 11:35. So I've been recording for 2 hours. I don't know how much of it we lost the audio on there, but a good lesson learned. So I think what happened was that I had put the wireless transmitter inside my shirt, which seemed like a good idea to have it out of the way. Hopefully it's not rubbing back and forth too much. But I have 2 wireless transmitters, one of them on me, and apparently I think it was the wireless receiver, which is also right by my sternum on my chest. I think it probably got bumped, and it went into a mode where it's like, well, what do you want to do next? I think the next bump was like, well, let's mute the audio. So I think that's why I lost audio. So still learning, but lesson learned is that once you start the audio, is put it in the lock mode so that you don't end up muting yourself or doing something else. So anyway, I turned on the other transmitter, and it seems to be going fine as far as I know, and hopefully you're hearing me if you're choosing to listen to us now. So we'll get better at this, but the beauty of live streams is you're able to be there in real time. I know that it's a lot longer unless you want to watch the whole thing, but you can skip around if you're watching it after the fact. And what else? Well, there's no editing. You know, oftentimes us at Petaluma Community Access or other producers, you know, okay, you got recording and you've got like 30 or 50 gigabytes or whatever, maybe hundreds of files to work with, and it's a love of labor to produce the video. And so these days, a lot of people just want things like 30 to 60 seconds anyway. That's a whole nother story. But for, you know, something where it's a IRL, in real life, live stream, is that there's no editing that needs to be done. Now, it would be nice if I could trim some of this up if we've got some lost audio. So I might take it and do a cut out of it and take the best of this show and not the stuff where I'm missing the audio, unless I want to do a voiceover, which I probably would, but that can come later. But at least if you're watching it live or soon after the fact on YouTube or Facebook, which I guess is what you're doing now, unless it's later and we might get it over on one of our TV channels, on channel 26 for the public. Hopefully we'll get some over there also. So stay tuned. So at any rate, I'd say this is one of those nice warm days where the temperature is approaching 80 degrees and there's little wind. So often where you get the cool temperature of the ocean in the 60s, lower 60s, and it gets to be 90 or 100 inland, over on the other side of Sonoma Mountain, it gets kind of toasty. And so the winds come off, maybe don't make it over this hill so much, but over there by D Street, they come in the Petaluma Gap. If you're into wines, you know all about the Petaluma Gap. And that's our nature's air conditioning that comes in the afternoon, also known as wind. So it says my exercise ring is closed. I've been walking for 1 hour and 30 minutes. My heart rate is 115 beats per minute, which means with this backpack on, I've got an extra power pack there that I don't know if it weighs a couple pounds. I've got a backup camera there if I need that. And I've got a GoPro. If everything goes south, I could just go ahead and record some video, and let's see what's going on up ahead. hear some music. Well, this area you can see still needs to be worked over, so I imagine the shepherds have decided we'll start from the back and then they'll work their way down here. Although I don't know how much the Scythers are going to do. I'm not sure how big their community. I didn't ask, but I assume that there's more than a handful of them, and they can make short order. I don't know if they can go faster than a weed whacker. I think you'll find some YouTube videos to see how they do, but hi. If you can be working a crew of 3 to 5 side by side, they can make short order of an area fairly quickly. In fact, where the booths, I should call them booths, I think, tents or whatever are set up here, I guess the Scythers were the ones who did clear that area out. They may have done the area on the left here also, that I don't know. Oh yeah, well look at this, after all that we've got some sheep right here as well. I didn't have to go all the way to the end, so I wonder if there's some type of a performance they're doing. It looks like it. Let's get over here out of the way.
Here, bud, can you get over here?
Oh, I thought I was getting over far enough.
They're trying to get him.
Oh, now I get it. Yeah. My apology. So, you see they're kind of working them there, getting them tight, without using the dogs at this point. And sure enough, they got them in a tight area, but you can see their maneuvers they've got there. They kind of herd them. Looks like they've done a pretty good job. Some of them are starting to crawl up on top of one another to say, you know, where else can I go? Oh, I guess the paddock is open, isn't it? It looks like it's open here, but the ones in front aren't wanting to go yet. So. Yeah, I saw one down there with another group of shepherds. Yeah. That I guess, yeah. They need to have a little bit of extra motivation, don't they? You think you could motivate them? You got any carrots or anything you could put down at the other end?
I'm afraid
Might be better than the stick.
Carrots. They're not horses.
Well, I was a sheep and all I had was hay. I think I would be okay with a carrot once in a while. They need their desserts also. Well, they got a little problem here. The ones in front are just happy eating, and the rest of them, well, they're not going to push the leaders, so it looks like they've got, kind of like we have on the 101 freeway, a little bit of a gridlock here. So, oh well, we'll kind of come back a little later, but eventually I think they're going to come through the paddock and they're going to go to another area. So as I was saying, this area over here that was cut not by the sheep, well, I shouldn't say all of it. Maybe, no, I guess the Scythers did this, and here's where we were before. Joined the sharpest crew in town with the Scythers blades. Use fewer gas-powered lawnmowers. Muscle over motor. Very cool. And you can see they got their yellow shirts on. There's Gabe and the rest of them.
Fine. Thank you.
And the sign here says Devil Edgery.
Does it really? Oh, well, no, Eggery.
Eggery. I thought it had
in there.
deviled Eggery. There we go. I saw the D in there. Deviled Eggery.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, there they go.
Yeah, but
I thought they wanted to go through the gate.
Well, they did, but then the fence was down. So
oh yeah. Okay. Well, sometimes you have to go to Plan B.
Yep, sometimes you do. Were you down a couple weeks ago when the sheep first came in?
A week ago, yes, on Saturday, and they were right down next to the pond there, and it was beautiful with the birds and everything. The water was very high that week, unlike today. It's like way down there.
Well, it's going to take a little longer than we planned.
Where's the dog?
Oh, there, they got one.
learning to.
It is fun, and it's very simple.
Have we missed anything here? All good things, sheep.
So this is pineapple mango.
Oh, it goes back here a little further. I think we did miss some of these. He says, I want to work, Mommy. What a beautiful dog. Rusty Hinges, I guess, ranch.
Our goal is like just like.
And it looks like they have local meats that they deliver. Pasteurized protein, leafy greens, hearty veggies, seasonal fruit, something fun, easy recipes. $60 a week if you're interested. That's Rusty Hinges Ranch.
When you buy and get your super healthy meal, and you get like 2 pats on the back.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you. How about you all? With Rusty Hinges, you know, when I was in the military in basic training,
Yes.
you know, one of the things you have is what's called a canteen cup.
Sure.
Your canteen slips in it, but when you take it out, then you can use it to put your food in there and a lot of other purposes. It's like a bucket.
Yeah.
But the drill sergeant always said, you know, he did not want to see any of the men have rust in their canteen cup and go on sick call.
Oh.
So when you say Rusty Hinges, you know, I hope there's your meats and everything, not too much rust, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Oh, I've never heard that story.
Oh yeah, yeah. He joked with us, and of course, whenever if you were at the position of attention, you're not supposed to move. If you laughed, then he made you go do 25 push-ups. So you had to, 20. Well, but then if you recovered without asking for permission to recover, you had to do another 25. And then the next time you say permission to recover, drill sergeant, and he'll ignore you. So yeah, it was all good fun.
Yeah, I was actually just telling the woman that I was chatting with before you that somebody else came by and said, "Oh my God, Rusty Hinges Ranch! I love that name."
It's a beautiful name.
And I said, "You know what? We chose that name when we were just like, you know, kicking it at the ranch.
Just brainstorming.
And then once we started to provide real meal bundles to the community, I was like, oh, do you really want to source food from Rusty Hinges?" Oops! Failure to have vision.
No, listen.
One day do.
We were talking. You know, I always like to brainstorm, and I've got the answer. I would say, you know, if you know people that have boats or out in the ocean, their saying is, "Rust never sleeps," and that's where we get our name. It's not like that there's rusty products we have, but we're always working hard for you, the customer. How about that one? Will that work?
I love it. That's a win.
Right. Rust never sleeps, and neither do we.
I love it.
Where's your ranch at then?
We're right here in Petaluma. We're on the west side.
Oh, okay.
We're like 2 miles from here, actually.
Wow, by my house.
Are you familiar with Holland Putnam? Okay.
Oh, of course.
We're right across the street from Holland Putnam.
Oh,
on
wow.
the Glen Valley roadside. If you,
I used to go that way out to work.
We're the very first property after you take that.
After you make the turn on Chileno?
With the pond.
On the left or the right?
On the right. And then I turn my back.
Oh, no, don't say that.
Yeah.
Now you've made me jealous. I know that pond. Oh, you lucky duck.
Are you friends with the Hoswell?
No, I'm not. I wish I was.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's such a special place.
You see, here's the thing. When I was a young lad, I was born in Minnesota. And so the land of 10,000 lakes. And when I came out to California, when my folks brought me out, I was age 7. And I was up there in Redding, and they have Lake Shasta. But there's not many lakes in our state. But whenever you see these little ponds like the ones you have there, it's like, oh man, in my next life, that's what I want to be, is out there where there's water on the property.
Yeah, it used to be Stock 211. How are you? Good to see you. Hi. Can I put the doggy on here with you?
Hi.
I've done it like once before, and Foxy hates it. Yeah, it's just like a super. It used to be Stock with bass, actually, and like I don't know, like maybe little sunfish or something.
Yeah.
But 3 summers ago, during like the worst of the drought,
I remember that.
100% dried up.
Oh, 100% dried up?
100%.
Oh no.
I raised my pigs a crossing. And
I'm so sorry.
there was a silver lining to that, in that there's this invasive species called parrot feather that has been taking over a large amount of the capacity of the pond.
Oh,
and so
what is it? What is the infestation called? Is it like a fungus?
No, it's a seaweed that's called parrot feather.
Oh, okay.
And so it just grows and grows and grows.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like it doesn't create a toxin or anything.
Yeah.
But it just crowds out the actual capacity. So we're holding less water right now, and then eventually it has a negative impact on the ecosystem there because it blocks out enough sun.
Yeah.
That it changes.
Oh yeah,
what's
the
going on
ecosystem.
underwater.
The Hidden Valley Lake up there by Middletown. I have a friend that have a cabin up there, and I don't know how big the lake is, 10 acres, whatever. But they have some solar panels in the lake, and at a slow rate it churns the water down 50 or 100 feet deep. And I'm wondering if that's the same principle, is that to have the water have enough agitation that this seaweed or whatever it is, that it can't like get root.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, I don't know if you have to worry about it in the future, but you might look, because you would think it would be an expensive operation, but it's not. It just have a little flotation deal, and this little solar panel, maybe about 2 feet across. It has enough energy to run the motor down by the bottom, like a pool sweep would do, but just to kind of keep the water moving down there, to keep the seaweed from growing.
Oh my gosh.
So something, yeah, it is. When I first saw it, I asked my buddy, "What's that?" And he explained it to me. So you never know.
You never know.
So, but like you say, maybe there was a blessing in disguise, is that the pigs could get some good eats, and
well, and they cleared out a lot of it, and so we kind of it's the first time we were able to sort of reset a little balance there, but now we've had 2 seasons.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it was
nice.
But yeah, you should come by and see the property.
You're open in middle of, okay. Well, thank you. I'd love that.
Let's go see the sheep. Say bye, Auntie. No, we don't have our hours on.
That's okay. I can find it on the internet or whatever. Real Meal Bundles by Rusty Hinges Ranch. I saw $60. Is it a week?
Yeah, $60 for dinner for 4.
Okay.
So if you're just like a household of 1 or 2, then you're going to probably get 2 to 3 meals out of it.
Oh, okay.
And what we do is we do high nutrient dense meals that are from all of our favorite local farms.
Wonderful.
So the idea is 1 meal per week. You're supporting your entire local food system. And we think that if we get to 400 families picking up every week, then we actually have created resiliency
to have
in the local food
self-sustainability.
Yeah. So that's our goal.
Tara Farms. Tara, I forget her last name now. Tara.
Tara.
She used to. Yeah, she left after a couple of years, but they started it up, and that's, I think, wonderful, where the local community can do things to have foods to the community.
Absolutely.
I think they were trying to get them down to Marin County. I don't know if they had success in that part of it.
They're located in Marin County.
Yes, they are.
They're just across the dividing line.
Right.
But I mean, as the crow flies, as the animal, wanders, they don't care where we humans chose to put the county line.
Well, now we got to talk about that. If you don't mind getting segue off the beaten track, why is it that Marin County gets all of the beautiful beach that goes all the way up, almost to Bodega? That's not fair. Shouldn't that be, if they have the San Antonio Creek down there in Novato, they should go across, like the equator goes across on that same line. But no, do you know what, how they decided what the property line would be for the county?
I don't know.
It's interesting. There's a place called Lake Laguna, or Laguna Lake, I'm not sure which. It's maybe a riparian pond, 3 or 4 feet deep, but it's 10, 20 acres or whatever. And they said, well, we'll make that the center of that pond. We'll delineate coming from San Antonio Creek, that's where they will have the Marin County line. And then from that point, it goes up to like Stony Gorge, that area up there, where the creeks kind of go, you know, up near the ocean. And that's how they've decided where they would make the property line. So the interesting part is one of my friends was the former base commander out at Two Rock. And so when they had the property line, the base was actually half in Sonoma and half in Marin County. So, but you know, hey, when you're in the military, you don't care about that. You know, you're not accountable to a county. So anyway, yeah, it cuts right through the Coast Guard property. It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like places are pretty good at they do a lot. Yeah, they do wonderful. Oh my God. Politics drives everything.
Sure, absolutely. Well, here's something I'll part with then. So when I got here in the mid-1970s, the second assignment I had was midway between Petaluma and Marshall. And there's a big reservoir, Sol Jule or Sahuli Julie, depending on which way you like to pronounce it. But it's a huge reservoir. And there were maybe a dozen houses that were on the reservoir. But in the 1980s, when the drought came, Marin County says, you know, we got to do eminent domain. You all have to leave. And our satellite earth station, I work for AT&T, they said, you've got to go also. It's like, oh, well, you know, it's like over $5 million. Each of our antennas, these big 100-feet dishes, you know, they're over $1 million each. And they go, oh, okay. We're not going to make you get out. We'll make the dam high enough so the water will come right to your property line. And they made a separate road for us to get in. But the point is, if you've ever been out there, it's right by the Gambonini Ranch. So
you've actually just helped me solve a mystery because I've driven by there before and I've seen all that equipment and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh yeah, if you go back about 2 or 3 miles, the dam is, I don't know, it's 100 and some feet high. They would have wanted to make it double the size and make it a huge dam because this place where I work called Three Peaks, it has 3 mountains in this bowl. And so it's a beautiful place for a reservoir. So you would be familiar with like Nicasio Reservoir, you know, or Stafford Lake, the ones that you see from the road going out to Point Reyes Station or going down towards Novato. But that one that's about a mile or 2 off the road, it's a huge dam. You might look at it just on a Google Maps view and a satellite view and see it out there. But yeah, so when we have droughts, you know, we start looking for water. You may or may not have known that before they were able to get the dam going, what they had to do on the interim, they had to find water from Marin County. And where did it come from? They had a pipe about, you know, like, 4 foot in diameter, and they closed one of the lanes on the San Rafael Richmond Bridge.
Come back and finish shearing. I'm so sorry.
What's up, John?
Oh, that's okay.
Good to see you. I got 3 hot sheep, John.
I know,
3.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's how they used to, the water would come across the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge is how Marin got its water.
Oh, wow.
Because, hey, it's only money. You'll pay for it, right? You know, and you know where San Francisco gets their water from. No, San Francisco from Yosemite.
Oh, actually,
the Hetch Hetchy Reservoir, you know, because they left the one for us as a national park, but the other one, which is supposedly better, and they said, oh, we need the Hetch Hetchy Dam. We're going to pipe it down 150 miles down to San Francisco. And that's the rest of the story. Well, good to talk to you.
Yeah, likewise. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Hope
okay.
to see you around the
Happy trails. Yeah, I look forward to getting out there. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Great people.
But he knows animal noises and
We don't have any relation right out there.
Oh, there they go. Look at that. There's Wolf, and she's making it in the string as you speak. Can you see that? Let me get a little closer. Oh, here's another one.
I went to a Waldorf school. We actually spun yarn like this and then turned it into different stuff.
With a potato and a stick?
No, it was actually, we did like some drawings.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good. We're spinning a little Jacob fleece today.
Yeah, and you get it just the right circumference too, aren't you? You're good at it.
Yeah, you know, how thick your yarn's going to be depends on how much fiber you allow to be captured by the twist. So, and this is I'm doing thinner. I've been doing a lot of 8-ply yarns.
Oh, okay. So you make individual, and then you make them into 8-ply.
Yes, I'll do 8 bobbins like this.
Yes.
And I'll spin it with a Z twist, so a clockwise twist.
A clockwise twist.
So I'll have 8 that are clockwise, and then I'll take all of those and hold them together and spin those together in a counterclockwise or an S twist.
Oh, so it binds better.
Hey, darling.
May I see it?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
great.
So yeah.
Is that would be like for a sweater or something, or what would you do with that?
I'm doing rugs.
Oh, rugs also. Okay.
That my husband made me. Very simple, very primitive.
Yeah. A thick rug.
And yeah. It's a nice thick, chunky rug.
Well, I don't like to spend my money to PG&E, so I like to, when I go to bed at night, just have something substantial to keep me warm at night.
Absolutely, because boy, PG&E's got us all, don't they?
They do. It really makes you appreciate supply and demand of energy, doesn't it?
It's just crazy.
Yeah, but I can definitely put on some extra clothing, although today, summer is here, isn't it? But, you know, we got to enjoy it, because in a month now, when it gets hot inland, and then it's going to be cool off the ocean, so we'll have our nature's air conditioning in the afternoon.
You know, Petaluma, we're lucky. It's a little cooler than all around us. So it's good. My sheep get sheared tomorrow, so they'll be quite thankful.
Oh, you do have sheep yourself? Wonderful.
I have Jacob sheep. This is from one of my sheep.
Oh, how proud of you are of that. Good.
So this is Ava, I believe.
Well, dear Ava, well, thanks for visiting.
Dear Ava.
Good luck.
Yes,
yeah.
Chatting with you.
You too. Okay, good day.
I can't wait to. Are they going to do the shearing now?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, it looks like it might be time.
I start on the belly, especially the lower quality wool, so we always separate that out. I shear them with this as the handpiece. The bottom is the comb, the top is the cutter. And yeah, if you guys have questions as I'm going, just ask.
And he's got a battery-powered shearing thing, so he doesn't have to have a simple.
There you go.
Wow, it's sharp.
Right.
That's a Milwaukee shearer.
Now he needs a solar panel.
Do they get sunburns after you guys shear?
No. The only place I've ever seen a sheep get sunburned is occasionally if they have pink ears. So that's why some of the darker sheep are better in hot climates. Darker, you have less.
They're watching here thinking, I guess I'm up next. Although I'm sure this isn't their first time, so they know it's coming. But this one here seems like he's just doing fine with it. None the worse for wear. Maybe even enjoying it to get all that heat off of his body. I don't know how many sheep you would shear a day, but it's got to be hard on the back to be bending over like that.
So this skill is really about how you hold them. He's been doing this since he was 12 years old, so he makes it look really easy, but it actually is a real skill.
Oh, just to bend over like that and stay in that position, you have to have strong lower back.
Strong back, and how you hold the sheep is not.
Yes. Although I'd say this isn't their first rodeo. They look like they've had it done before. So
every year.
Yeah, so they know it's coming.
How old are they? Yeah, I think he ran into something or he kept taking the pasture or something.
And those are the sheep that look great.
Yeah, they don't like to be this close to people. They want to be able to.
Amazing, isn't it?
As soon as we're done cheering.
Well, that's something I've never seen before. You want to go in? Take a turn? Okay, well, have we missed anything? Let's see, it is 12 o'clock. I started at about 9:30, so I don't want to keep this live stream going too long. My batteries might be getting low at some point. So I think we've seen most of all of it. I hope you've enjoyed the show today. Michael Nisler, on behalf of the Petaluma Community Access, I hope you enjoyed the show today. And once I get this live stream, all the kinks worked out, I'm sure it's going to go even smoother. But hopefully, if you got this point, you found some things there that you enjoyed. And look for more things around our great city of Petaluma. And we promote communications and freedom. Yeah, freedom of communications. So I think that's something where we, not only on behalf of the people inside the Petaluma Community Access, but you have an opportunity to get into citizen journalism. We provide the media, the TV channels, that is Comcast, channel 26, 27, 28, for public, for education, for government. We have a radio station, KPCA 103.3 on the FM dial, runs 24 hours a day. We have our social media. Oh, I should also say, if you are an AT&T subscriber to Uverse, channel 99. And what else do we have? Well, what you're watching, social media. We have a Facebook page, and we also have a YouTube channel. Oh, Instagram, sure, we have one of those also, but most of it goes on the ones I've told you about. And who knows, I think we might get podcasts going up here in the future also. And to kind of finish it off, I will say is that I'm hoping that we can do more streaming for our video content. Now, obviously, the social media site you can, but I think it would be nice on our website, where if you wanted to see a council meeting, let's say, well, it'll eventually pop up there in channel 28, but if you don't have Comcast, that won't help you much. So as an alternative, it would be nice if we could go ahead and at your convenience, you could say, yeah, I want to watch that council meeting. By the way, we do also contract to work in other cities in Sonoma County. So we outsource and video some of the things that are going on in other cities around us. So I hope you enjoyed the show today, and once again, I hope you have a great day. And on behalf of PCA, Petaluma Community Access, this will be Michael Nisler signing off for now until we have our next event coming in. Stay tuned for a lot more. We are just getting started. Content coming to a theater near you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. And oh, I suppose if you want to see me, I should go ahead and make myself be known here. There we go. Here I am. So that's it for today. Be well. Peace out. Bye for now. Happy trails to you until we meet again.